Hello my students, I'm your biology teacher, Cikgu Govind. Our topic today is chapter 8, biodiversity, and our subtopic is 8.1, classification system and naming of organisms. Here are the learning standards. Learning standard number 1, explain the necessity of classification system and naming of organisms. Number 2, describe the hierarchical classification of organisms into 6 kingdoms: Archaebacteria, Eubacteria, Protista, Fungi, Plantae, and Animalia. Number 3, describe the main feature of organism in each kingdoms. Number 4, describe the naming of organisms according to the binomial nomenclature systems. 5, construct Dichomous Key, classify organisms. The necessity of classification systems and naming of organisms. Biodiversity is the variety of living organisms such as microorganisms, animals, and plants that interact with one another. Okay, this is definition of biodiversity. And then taxonomy is the field in biology which involves the classifications, identifications, and naming of organisms in an organized manner. So what we learn today is we give name to the organisms, like this example, tiger. This is Malayan tiger. The scientific name is Panthera tigris jacksoni, and this is one type of orchid. The common name is Venus sliver. So the scientific name is Paphiopedilums. Okay, this is Rose chafer. The beetles in Europeans, metallic green European beetle, which feed on roses. Okay, so the scientific name is Setonia aurata. Okay, taxonomy strive to manage information and data which has been collected using a scientific and methodological approach to elucidate the scientific community. Okay, so this is taxonomy. Okay, all organisms need to be scientifically classified based on defining feature in a systematic manner in order to facilitate study and discussion among scientists at an international level. Okay, namings of species have to be standardized. Okay, there's no 2 or 3 names for one species. So when scientists around the world to conduct study or research, they refer to one name only, the scientific names, not the common names. Okay, so this is the taxonomic classification systems. Okay, the first one is classifications. Organisms are categorized based on physical feature in the taxonomic hierarchy systems. And then identifications. Organisms are identified using the Dichomous Key. Okay, we'll learn later about this Dichomous Key. And then last one, namings. Organisms are named using binomial nomenclature systems. Okay, this is the father of taxonomy. He created the systems to names and classify organisms. Okay. All organisms in the world can be categorized into 6 kingdoms, which are Archaebacteria, Eubacteria, Protista, Fungi, Plantae, and Animalia. The organisms are classified based on type of cells, number of cells, and type of nutrition. Okay, we look at type of cell first. Archaebacteria and Eubacteria are prokaryotes. Okay, this means a type of cell which lacks a membrane-bound nucleus and membrane-enclosed organelles. This means the nucleus and the organelles, there is no membranes. Okay, no membrane enclose the nucleus and the organelles for both kingdoms. Okay, and then Protista, Fungi, Plantae, and Animalia is eukaryotes. This means the nucleus and the organelles have membranes. Okay, and then we look at number of cells. Archaebacteria and Eubacteria is unicellular organisms. Both are unicellular organisms. Okay, whereas Protista, Fungi, and Animalia can be unicellular or multicellular organisms. Plantae is only multicellular organisms. Okay, look at type of nutrition. Okay, Archaebacteria and Eubacteria is autotroph and heterotroph, same as Protista. Okay, so these 3 kingdoms can be autotroph or heterotroph. And fungi and Animalia is only heterotroph. Okay, heterotroph means an organisms that cannot synthesize its own foods but obtain food molecule by eating other organisms. And Plantae is autotroph. Autotroph means an organisms that can synthesize its own food from organic material by using light energy or chemical energy. Okay, so Plantae is a green plant, so it can carry out process of photosynthesis. Okay, now we look one by one the detail about the 6 kingdoms. We start with Archaebacteria. Archaebacteria is a prokaryote organisms. Okay, this means there is no membranes enclose the nucleus and the organelles in the cells. It's a unicellular organisms are primitive bacteria. Okay, the first bacteria or the first living organism exists on Earth. Okay, it's very small and very simple organisms. Okay, that's why we call it primitive bacteria or primitive living organisms. A cell wall with no peptidoglycans. Okay, live in very hot, acidic, salty, or anaerobic environments. Can be divided into 3 groups based on their habitat. Okay, the first one is thermophiles, bacteria that can withstand high temperature and flourish at an optimum temperature of 60 degrees Celsius to 80 degrees Celsius, found in hot springs and highly acidic locations like the Yellowstone National Park in the US. Methanogens, obligate anaerobic bacteria, are found in swamps and the digestive tracts of ruminants and humans, produce methane as a metabolic byproducts. Halophiles, found in places with extremely high salt concentration, such as the Dead Sea. Okay, this is example of Archaebacteria, Halobacterium, Selenorum, and sulfur oxidizing bacteria. Okay, now we look at Eubacteria. Eubacteria is a prokaryote organism. It's a unicellular organism, usually form colony, also known as true bacteria, because Eubacteria have a very well developed nucleus compared to Archaebacteria, which is primitive bacteria. Has cell wall made up of peptidoglycans. Peptidoglycans is also known as murines, okay, which is polymer made of sugar and amino acids. The cytoplasm of the Eubacteria contains ribosome and plasmid, but has none of the membranes enclosed organelles like the mitochondria, endoplasmic reticulums, and others. Okay, because Eubacteria is still prokaryote organisms. Okay, there is no membrane enclosed the organelles and nucleus. Bacteria are classified according to their shapes. Okay, this is the shape. This one is Streptococcus pneumoniax. This one is Vibrio cholerae, that was cholera. Okay, a bit history about this taxonomy. Okay, Robert Whittaker introduced 5 kingdoms, namely Monera, Protista, Fungi, Plantae, and Animalia. Okay, however, developments in the study of biomolecule found differences in RNA between bacteria and Archaebacteria. In our old syllabus, we only exposed to 5 kingdoms, but now Monera is breaking into Archaebacteria and Eubacteria. Okay, now we look at Protista. Protista is a eukaryote organisms. Okay, can either be unicellular organism or multicellular organisms. Can either be heterotroph or autotroph or both. Has a simple cell organization without specialized tissue. The cell contains a nucleus that is bound by a nuclear membrane as well as other membrane-bound organelles. Protists are divided into 3 groups: protozoa, algae, and slime molds. Okay, example of protozoa is Euglena, amoeba, and parameciums. Example of algae is Cladomonas and Spirogyra. Example of slime mold is Physerum polycephalums. Okay, this is the Physerum polycephalums. This is Spirogyra. This is Cladomonas, and this is Euglena, amoeba, and parameciums. Okay, now we look at fungi or fungi. Fungi is a eukaryote organisms. This means the nucleus and the organelles are enclosed by membranes. Can either be unicellular or multicellular organisms. They are also heterotroph. Okay, can be saprophyte or parasites. Heterotroph is an organism that cannot synthesize its own food but obtain food molecule by eating other organism. Okay, saprophyte is an organism that live on dead or decaying organic matter, and parasite is organisms that live on or in and living organisms. Okay, the cell wall is made up of chitins. Okay, the body is made up of a thread-like networks called hypae, called the myceliums. Examples are Saccharomyces cerevisiae, or common name is yeast, and agaricus, the common name is mushrooms. Okay, now we look at Plantae. Plantae is a eukaryote organisms, include all multicellular plants, can synthesize on food via photosynthesis because they have chlorophylls, can undergo sexual or asexual reproductions. Example, seedless plants, okay, this is ferns, okay, and plant with seeds or flowering plants. Example here is bougainvillea, okay. The last kingdoms is Animalia. Animalia is a eukaryote organisms, involve all multicellular animals. All the Animalia is heterotroph. Most animal can move. Most animal reproduce sexually. Example here is invertebrates, starfish. The scientific name is Asterias. Okay, and the vertebrate is elephants. Okay, the scientific name is Elephas maximus. Activity 8.1. The aim of this activity is to collect information and present the main characteristic of organism from each kingdom. The procedure, number 1, work in pair, and then number 2, collect information about the main characteristic of organisms from all 6 kingdoms, and then copy this table onto a large piece of paper and complete it. Okay, we do it together, okay? So from this table, kingdoms, they are Archaebacteria, Eubacteria, Protista, Fungi, Plantae, and Animalia. This is number of cell, structure of cell wall, presence of chlorophyll, presence of nucleus, and then example of organism. Okay, Archaebacteria, number of cell is unicellular. Eubacteria also unicellular. Okay, Protista can be unicellular and multicellular. Okay, fungi is also unicellular and multicellular. Plantae is multicellular. Animalia is also multicellular. Okay, structure of cell wall, no peptidoglycans. Okay, Eubacteria contain peptidoglycans. Protista, no cell wall for protozoa. Cell wall exists for algae. Only algae have cell wall. There is no cell wall for protozoa. Okay, and then for fungi, chitin cell walls. Okay, Plantae, cellulose. Okay, the cell wall is made from cellulose. Animalia, there is no cell wall for Animalia. Okay, for animals. And then presence of chlorophylls. Archaebacteria, absence. Okay, Eubacteria, some bacteria have chlorophylls. Okay, Protista, some protozoa have chlorophylls. All algae contains chlorophyll. So this means algae can carry out process of photosynthesis. Okay, because they have chlorophyll pigments. And then fungi, no chlorophylls. Plantae contain chlorophylls. Okay, of course, because Plantae is a plant. Animalia, there is no chlorophylls. Presence of nucleus, absence, there is no nucleus in Archaebacteria. Eubacteria, absent also, there is no true nucleus, okay, because these two are prokaryotes, okay. And this one presents, Animalia also presents, okay. There is a nucleus for these 4 kingdoms, okay. Example of organisms, Halobacterium silanarum, okay. This is for Archaebacteria. Eubacteria is Lactobacillus, okay. Protista, Paramecium is for unicellular organism. Focus is for multicellular organisms. Fungi, Saccharomyces cerevisiae, okay, unicellular organisms. and Agaricus is multicellular organisms. Okay, Saccharomyces cerevisiae, yeah? Saccharomyces cerevisiae is yeast, okay, and then Plantae is Bougainvillea, and then Animalia is Elephas maximus. Okay, this is elephants, species of elephant, Asian elephants. Okay, thank you. Taxonomy hierarchy. The hierarchy system used in taxonomy is the Linnaeus hierarchy systems. The Linnaeus hierarchy system classifies organisms according to hierarchy starting from species to domains. The order of the hierarchy are domains, kingdoms, phylums, class, order, family, genus, species. Okay, so domain is the highest taxonomic ranks of organisms in the hierarchical biological classification systems. Okay, this is domain Eukarya or eukaryotes. You can see the plants also in this group. So when moved to kingdom Animalia, plant have to move to another kingdom, call it kingdom Plantae. So not in this kingdom anymore. Okay, and then each kingdom is divided into smaller groups called phylums. Okay, phylums is in this group is phylum Chordata. This is all vertebrates. So the starfish have to move to another phylums. Okay, not in this phylum Chordata. Organisms in the same phylum have mutual characteristics. Okay, all these have mutual characteristics. Organisms in particular phylums are different from organisms from different phylums. Okay, phylum is divided into class, while class is divided into order. By using the same methods, order is divided into family, family is divided into genus, and genus is divided into species. Okay, okay, we look at this class Mammalia. Okay, this is Mammalia. So snake is not Mammalia, snake is reptile. So it's snake have to move to another class or class reptiles. Okay, and then move to order Carnivora, Carnivora or carnivores. So squirrel is not carnivore, squirrel is the omnivore. So squirrel have to move to another order. Okay, and then move to family Orchidae, Orchidae. Okay, when move to family Orchidae, family of bear. So this wolf have to move out. Okay, and then move to group genus. Genus is Ursus. Ursus is consists of brown bear and black bear. So this panda bear is have to move out. Okay, and then more specific is Ursus arctos, the brown bear found in America only. Okay, this is the small species. Okay, a species is the smallest group used to classify organisms. Organisms of the same species are capable of interbreeding among themselves to produce viable fertile offsprings. Okay, so that means the same species only can interbreed with same species. Okay, so that means the brown bears cannot interbreed with the black bear. Okay, binomial nomenclature systems. The formal system of naming organism practiced today is called the Linnaeus binomial systems. Okay, how to write scientific names? Each scientific name consists of two words. The first word is name of the genus. The second word is name of the species. The first letter of the genus is capitalized, while the name of the species is not. All scientific names must be printed in italics. If handwritten, then two names must be underlined separately. Okay, example here, this is the common name is kingfisher. So the genus name is Alcido, okay, Alcido, and species name is Artis. Okay, scientific name in handwritten, you need to do like this, Alcido Artis. We underline separately. When we print it, we need to use italics, Alcido Artis, like this. Okay, so this is the how the kingfisher look like. Okay, binomial nomenclature systems. The scientific names given to organism is accepted and used worldwide. Each given name usually provides an idea of the organism's traits, the state of their habitats, their country of origins, or to honor the researcher that had studied them. For example, in the scientific name of the pea plant, Pisum sativum L refers to Linnaeus, the first person who names the plants. Okay, and then we look at another example. Green paddy frogs. Inheritance, we have to underline separately genus and species. Rana eritrea. This is when we printed it, we must use italics. Okay. Paddy is Oryza sativa. Okay. And secret lotus is Nelumbo nocifera. Sunflower is Helianthus anus. Okay. Underline it, and this is inheritance. This is printed. Dichomous key. A dichomous key is a tool used by taxonomists to identify organisms based on similarity and differences. One of the ways to build a dichomous key is by using a series of couplets. Each couplet is made up of two statements about the organism's trait or its groupings. Okay, we look one by one. 1A is animal, 1B is plants. If plants go to 6, is animal go to 2. Okay. And 2A has legs, 2B does not have legs. Okay, we look one by one first. The example, we choose pine tree. Okay, pine tree is plants, so go to 6. Okay, we go to 6. 6 is here. Has seed, does not have seed. Okay. Okay. Pine tree has seeds. Okay, pine tree have seed, so go to 7. So 7. Here is 7, 7A or 7V. So flowering plants, non-flowering plants. Pine tree is non-flowering plants, so it stop here. Okay, pine tree. Okay. Okay, we look another one. Spider. Spider is animals, so go to 2. Okay, this is 2, 2A or 2B. Has legs, does not have legs. So spider has legs. Okay, go to 3. Go to 3, there are 3A and 3B. 3 pair of legs, more than 3 pair of legs. Okay, spider have more than 3, so it stop here. Spider, okay, the dichomous key is here. It stop here until 3B only. Okay. Then we look another example. Butterfly. Butterfly is animals. Go to 2. Okay, has leg or does not have legs? Of course, butterfly has legs. So go to 3. 3 is 3A or 3B. More than 3 pair of legs or 3 pair of legs. Butterfly has 3 pair of legs. So go to 4. 4 has wing or does not have wings. So butterfly has wing. So this is the butterfly stop until number 4A. The dichomous key is number 4A. Okay. This is example how to identify organisms by dichomous key. Okay. Okay, we look at snail. Snail is animals. Okay, animals go to 2. Has leg, does not have legs. Okay, and snail does not have legs. Go to 5. 5 is here. Has shell, does not have shells. So snail have shells. So stop here. Dichomous key of snail is stop here. So 5A. Okay, and then ants. Ant is animals. Go to 2. 2 has legs or does not have legs. So ant have legs. Go to 3. 3 pair of legs or more than 3 pair of legs. So ant have 3 pair of legs. Go to 4. Go to 4. Has wings, does not have wings. So ant does not have wings. So it stop at 4B. Dichomous key 4B. Okay. Okay. This is how we use dichomous key to identify organisms. Okay. Dichomous key. A dichomous key is a specifics on identification process. When identifying other organisms, a different set of dichomous key is used. The trait chosen must be based on obvious and observable feature. Overlapping trait must be avoided. Do you know that is another way to produce dichotomous key for identifying organisms? Yes, spider dichotomous key. Okay, this is another way to identifying organisms. Okay, we look example of hibiscus. Hibiscus is hibiscus is plant. We put does not have seed or have seeds. So hibiscus have seeds. So is it flowering plant or non-flowering plants? Hibiscus is flowering plants, so it stop here. So hibiscus is flowering plants, have seed, and hibiscus is a plant. Okay, and we look at snail. Example: snail. Snail is animal. Has leg or does not have legs? Does not have legs. Have shell or does not have shells? Must be have shells. So snail is here. Okay, snail have shell, does not have legs, and snail is animals. Okay. Okay, we look at another example. Spider. Spider is animal. Spider has legs. 3 pair of legs or more than 3 pair of legs. Of course, spider is more than 3 pair of legs. So spider is here again. Okay. We look at ferns. Fern is plants. Does not have seed or have seed. Fern is does not have seeds. So here is ferns. Okay. And butterfly. Butterfly is animals. Has legs. Butterfly has legs and have 3 pair of legs. And then butterfly has wings. So this is butterfly. Stop under 4A. Okay. Formative practice 8.1. Here are the questions. There are 4 questions. Question number 1. State 2 characteristics of organisms from the kingdom fungi. Okay, the 2 characteristics is does not contain chlorophylls, cell wall made from chitins, produce spore, fungi cell arranged into a network of threads called hypae. Okay, any 2 characteristics. Okay, number 2, how is organisms classified based on the taxonomy hierarchy? Organisms in a domains can be divided into kingdoms, which can in turn be divided into phylums. Okay, and then phylum can be further divided into classes, classes into order, order into family, and family into genus, and finally genus into species. A species is the smallest group of organisms in the classification systems. Who introduced the binomial nomenclature systems? The binomial nomenclature system is introduced by colorless Linnaeus. Okay. Number 4, how is an organism's name based on the binomial nomenclature systems? In the binomial nomenclature system, each organism is given a name made from 2 parts. The first part is the name of the genus, and the second is the name of the species. That's all for today. Thank you for watching my video. So we'll see you again in next lessons. Thank you. Bye.